Speak to the president of the National Center for Commuters Safety and Protection, Elvira Medina. Good morning, ma'am. Thank you for joining
Good
us.
morning, Miss Mai.
Well, you just heard what Amor said. Commuters didn't mind, at least the commuters she talked to this morning, they didn't mind the 1 peso fare increase. But what is your reaction to the 1 peso increase in the minimum jeepney fare?
Actually, it has been long due, and we have been supporting this even during the pandemic. And let's talk pesos and cents here. Okay, 1 peso contribution, additional contribution, is not very difficult because our coin system has a 10 peso coin with us, so it's not difficult to get out of your pocket, and it's easy to get out of your pocket, and it's easy also to get changes from your local sari-sari store for a 10 peso coin. Okay, next is how much is the additional income to a jeepney driver if we allow the additional 1 peso? Additional 1 peso would mean that if the driver is driving the jeep at a full capacity, we are contributing to him 22 pesos per trip. And each driver usually has 10 trips, 10 round trips a day. That means to say that is 220 pesos a day, which is good enough for a meal for a family of 5,
All right.
using their way of living. So to the commuters, it's not difficult because we have in our numerary system or our coin system a 10 peso coin.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's not difficult.
There is
There will
actually
be no quarrel about that.
I'd like to ask you about a proposal or appeal by the group of One Utak Party List Chairman, Vigor Mendoza. They are appealing for a 2 peso provisional fare increase. What do you think about this?
Well, an additional 2%,
2 pesos.
2 pesos increase. Okay, again, let's talk about exchanges that will mean that the commuters will have to look at for an additional 2 peso change. But it will not be difficult, I would agree, because of the soaring cost, not only of the gasoline or not the diesel, but also the standard of living is pressing on our drivers, and the transport sector knows that our organization is very sympathetic to their cause because that's admitted.
Yes.
At the
So,
end of
ma'am,
the day,
2
they and us
pesos,
are
let us be clear, ma'am, 2 pesos okay pa, but how much
yes,
more can commuters shoulder? How much more of an increase? Pwede pa po bang
I
mas
think
mataas sa 2 pesos?
that's just enough because it will be difficult also because the average worker, they were given a daily increase in the minimum wage, but it will take on again from their pocket additional burden. So I would agree to another 2 pesos, but not more than that.
All right. Well,
At this
fuel
point in time.
prices, diesel prices are
Yes,
still increasing. Just this week, a whopping 6 pesos. Ano po yung hike sa diesel?
that's
What
right.
do you
That's right.
propose that the government can do to mitigate the effects of the fuel price increase?
I have been advocating for a long time the review of the excise tax, at least for our transport sector, public transport sector. There have been several suggestions before that our transport sector be given a different line in terms of the fuel. Because I remember during the time of the former President Pinoy, he was suggesting to put up another pump in all the gas stations only for public utility vehicles where it could be tax-free or at least less tax from the others. This can be done. But the other thing also is to look for more sources of our fuel because we keep harping on because it is a Russian kind of thing. But let's look at the realities. We're not getting all our fuel from Russia. And there are other sources outside our usual sources, like Brunei. Until now, we're just getting 7% from Brunei. But Brunei is offering a lot of benefits, not only because it is nearer to us, so we are charged less prices, but also I remember the time when the fuel costs were also rising up to 58%, up by 58 pesos, but they were offering an 18 peso pump price already.
Yes.
So the government must look into this kind of neighbors, sources within the neighborhood, so that there will be less cost in terms of transport of this fuel, and also be able to get a better deal from them.
Yes, well, we know, ma'am, many sectors have long called for a relief from fuel excise taxes, but we just heard that the incoming finance chief has said that it's highly unlikely with the incoming Marcos administration. But thank you for your time this morning. The president of the National Center for Commuters Safety and Protection, Elvira Medina.